And welcome to the Cardinals Nest. This is the show where we interview St. Mary's University student athletes and coaches of our current sports teams. I'm Dean Beckman, the faculty athletics representative, along with Donny Nadeau, our sports information director. And we are here today to talk volleyball. Finally, Donny, we get to talk volleyball.
Yes, it's been far too long, and to have both of our volleyball coaches, Jackie and Kylie, with us is awesome. Thank you too for taking the time out of your day to join us. And as Dean said, Jackie, can you just kind of say what it's like to finally be talking about volleyball?
I saw the fist pump when I said it too.
Well, we're excited. It's breaking up. So can you ask that one more time?
Sure. What's it like to be talking about volleyball and actually playing matches that count?
Oh, it's amazing. It feels like it's about time. I feel like we have been out of commission for like 2 years. So to finally be able to talk about it and be in competition, it feels great. Kylie and I have been doing a lot behind the scenes, and to finally be able to put it into action and prepare for a match tomorrow is just, we're thankful, and we feel very excited for our student athletes, especially. Our players have been working hard, so it feels good to be back at it.
Kylie, it's been such a flip-flop year for you guys. That last fall, you were able to get some practices in, which was supposed to be the time you're supposed to be playing. And now when you're supposed to be getting the practices in, you're playing. Talk a little bit about that, about how you've adjusted from a coaching standpoint, how you've adjusted to playing your matches in the spring rather than in the fall.
See, there's a pro and con to that. We have a lot of freshmen playing right now. We're running a new system from last year. We switched from that 5-1 to the 6-2. So we've loved having so many practice opportunities to get our team ready. And we loved being able to get with them in the gym every day, because in spring, we only get 40 hours a semester. 40 hours a semester. And now we've been practicing since the fall. So I think our team's as good as it's been since I've been here. But at the same time, it's balancing, hey, we don't want to burn them out. We want to have them love volleyball still and be excited to get in the gym and practice and play. So there's been pros and cons, but I've loved being able to work with the team more.
Well, and I was going to ask a similar question to what Donny asked, but Jackie, it has to be weird. You probably double check the calendar, right? Like, what month is it? Because we're playing games now. And I'm sure too, when you're a coach of a collegiate team, routine helps, not only for the players, but for you as well. And routine has just not been a thing all year. So maybe talk about it from that standpoint. Kylie mentioned you've had to really make some adjustments, and I'm sure just, knowing what day and month it is has been a big part of that, right?
Yes, it's definitely been a challenge. A big word for our team has been adaptability. Starting last August. So we said we were going to do our best to be consistent with a schedule, with our practice times, practice dates. But we need you to be adaptable and make sure you write everything in pencil, because there might be some erasing happening. So, but we feel like we've been able to get a pretty good handle on being consistent. And yes, I've had many calendars that I've been filling out, and I have a lot in my Google Calendar of check. I have to uncheck certain things because it's just too much. So yeah, it's definitely been a challenge, but it's forcing us to really work harder on that consistency for the sake of our team, because this is not the normal time that they're used to practicing. We're not used to adjusting around study days. We're not used to adjusting around Easter weekend. So just some new challenges, but the biggest thing that we can do is just plan ahead, try and stay consistent, but also keep that communication open on any changes that are made with all of our staff. So.
Well, I know that the schedule is short. It's a quick turnaround. We finally get some volleyball, and then I know before we know it, we're going to blink our eyes and it's going to be the end of the season. But talk a little bit. You've already got 3 matches in, and 2-1. I think you should feel pretty good about that. The one loss to an extremely good Augsburg team, and then you beat Concordia, and a really fun match to watch against St. Kate's last Wednesday, a 3-2 win. Are you happy with where you're at 3 matches in?
Yes, yeah, we're very happy, and Augsburg, I mean, we tip our hats to them of how prepared they were going into it. Being our first match and their second, we knew that we would be jittery, and just after being on a bus for 6 hours, we knew it was challenging, but it was good to get our feet wet, to be in a new gym, face some just a new team with different tendencies. So very happy with the outcome of that weekend of beating Concordia. It's really hard to win on the road. And then St. Kate's, they're a very good team with a really fast offense, and we made some adjustment and we were able to come back and win. So I'm really grateful for where we're at, and our team has worked really hard to get to where we are. So we're happy with where we're going, and we hope to continue with that success.
I have to say there seems to be just a lot of positive buzz around your team this year. I have a pleasure of knowing some of your players and getting to teach them in class. And I mean, even after that first loss to Augsburg, just the positivity that they were talking about how the team looked in that. And maybe if you had a few more games in, the results might have been a little bit different. So I'm just getting the sense from what I hear from the players, talking to you two, knowing you two a little bit, but also some of the things I see through social media, a lot of positive buzz. And there seems to be kind of a good balance between upper class on this team, but yet working in some newcomers as well.
Yeah, no, that's really good to hear, because that has been a focus for us in staying positive, because it's really emphasizing what we can control, and we can control being positive. We can control being prepared, our attitudes. And so, yeah, they've definitely come together as a team. They continue to meet through just the time of shutdown, and having Zoom calls and some team bonding. So really just pulling together, and we've tried to have some team talks of just staying mentally focused, and yeah, that positive. I'm glad to hear that they're doing that around campus. They definitely do it on the court. So that's good to hear, and they help us stay positive as well. So
Yeah, I mean, in a regular season, we get close to 25 games usually, and this year we're getting 10, right?
yes.
So our goal is, hey, we got to make this as fun as we can, because it's in a really short amount of time, and we got to compete hard. And I think the girls have really bought into that in our mindset. So yeah, they're doing everything we're asking them right now. We're just having fun.
As you look at this season, and both of you have kind of mentioned that it's a quick season, and it's compact, but how can this really help you as you look to the future? Because as we've said, usually at this time, you've got 40 hours in the spring that you get to work with them getting ready for the fall. Well, now you get 10 matches and all of those practices getting ready for for the fall. That's got to be a pretty good kind of trade-off, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Especially for our freshmen, because usually they're thrown right into the fall. And then in the spring, we get a limited time just to get the teaching done. So our freshmen are going to be really prepared going in the fall. And I mean, so will the rest of our team. So it's definitely some positives to this semester. I mean, we get a certain amount of days. We don't have to count our hours. So, but we've been in the gym starting February 1st, and then we started last mid-August when they got back. And so definitely been able to break down some technique, really come together with some team preparation for matches, understanding how to scout. So we've been able to break a lot more down than normal in the spring because of the more time. So definitely something to take out of it.
Kylee, is this year number 3 for you at St. Mary's?
This is year 2.
Oh,
Last
year
year
2.
was my first.
Just feels like
Yeah.
3.
So
I'm just always around.
So I'm wondering how has your role changed here in year number 2? And either you or Jackie can answer that. But maybe Jackie, you kind of start things off. Now with Kylee, a couple of years under her belt here, more responsibilities headed her way. How are you utilizing her?
I'm getting as much knowledge from her as I can. She's incredibly smart at the game. And so just the confidence of her speaking up in practice has been there. And so really being able to work together with that. So I've really, really liked having her here just because she's made us better. But the knowledge and being able to break down film has become a lot bigger here. So she does all of our film breakdown. She does all of our scouting reports. So it's an opportunity for me to learn from her with that. So yeah, she's taken on a definitely more of a vocal role with the team. Just communicating with the social media and just the scouting and just different things in practice that I really have liked having her. So yeah, it's a year 2, definitely feeling like she's really coming into her own as a coach and being able to take on a court by herself, running a practice by herself. So yeah, I think we've been able to really figure out how to work well together and what role each of us takes on just as head and assistant. But I really think of us just as a coaching staff. I don't think of it as head and assistant. We're definitely just a coaching staff. So
Kylie, it kind of sounds to me like you're taking on a few extra responsibilities this year. Does it feel that way? How's it going?
Could you repeat that? You cut out a little bit.
Yeah, so it said it sounds like you're taking on a few extra responsibilities this year in particular. How's it going for you?
I mean, good. I'm the best when I'm busy. I like to have a schedule and keep it packed. It's funny, I haven't had a regular spring yet because last year it got shut down in the spring, and then this year our season got moved, and in the fall everyone was just trying to figure stuff out. So our springtime usually is when we break down skill and really develop. So, I've just kind of been flying by the seat of my pants. But I think it's been going good. I love the technology aspect of volleyball. I'm a stats nerd, film nerd, like Jackie was saying. I think social media is so important for recruits. So I've been trying to do everything I can with that to develop our program more. And I'm happy to take on as many roles as I need because I love watching our team succeed right now.
Let's talk about the team a little bit. I know Dean had mentioned you've got a really nice mix of upperclassmen and newcomers, and you graduated a lot last year, but you've got people stepping into roles, and I'm going to let you single the people out, but there are 3 or 4 that aren't names that I'm used to writing, and I've been writing them a lot in the first week and a half, which is really kind of exciting.
yeah, it's really fun to see the players that were just behind the senior class last year just step into a big role. I mean, just to name a few names, our setters, Lily Braun was a big piece for us for her 4 years. And now we have Larkin Clem and Mandy Schmidt stepping into that 6-2. And they both have really taken on, they got better every practice and watching film. And so really embracing that leadership. They know how to run a court. They take that responsibility on. So for them to just gain confidence and gain their voices in that leadership is really cool to see those. So they've stepped up for sure. Freshman outside Kiara McNally coming into the fire in August, and she's just continued to develop and bond with the upperclassmen. And then Braden Bruton, she came in as a right side, but we trained her as a middle. And so she has stepped into a position she's never played before, but she is just so coachable. She will run through a wall if we ask her to do that. She told us coming in, she played every position except for middle, and we had her play middle. So it was pretty exciting, but she's just got the greatest personality for it and willing to do anything. So
and Kiara is a local player, right?
She is. Lewiston Altura. Yep. I coached her for 4 years at the camp at Lewiston. So I've seen her just develop more as a player. So that's definitely.
And talk a little bit about your upperclassmen, because obviously whether a person is a captain or what it may be, when you're an upperclassman, people are looking up to you to kind of lead the way, and obviously you have several of them that are thrust into that role of, hey, you have to be the leader of this team because there are several young people that need to be led.
Yes. Well, a big court presence is DJ Babb, our starting libero since her freshman year. She's a junior now. She is a captain, and she is she's taken on that huge role. She's a huge vocal presence for us. She is also one that will run through a wall if we ask her to. And then a senior Linnea Wallace as now a 6 rotation player for us. She's such a key element for us on the court. And she really has taken on that role, and we've had many good meetings and film sessions with her. And so she's really stepped up, and she's just a presence for us on the court. And Rachel Kettle in the middle, Coral on the right side. Coral Anderson has really stepped up. I mean, she's maxing out to everybody in the weight room right now. And so she's worked really hard just through this time off and come in, and she's a force on that right side.
She's leading the conference in kills right now, which is really unique for an opposite. I mean, we can chuck her the ball and we know she's going to put it down. And if she's not, she's going to give us a good opportunity. She's just jumping higher than ever, and she's one of our captains, and she's leading our team. And I just want to echo what Jackie said. Linnea Wallace, she has been a rock star for us. She's one of the heartbeats of our team, because as the 6 rotation outside, she's going to get most of the serves every single match. And I mean, against St. Kate, she almost had 20 kills and hit 280. I mean, our upperclassmen are stepping up big too. We're really lucky to have them.
So just a few minutes left here. So Kylee and Jackie, I want to give you an opportunity to tell us what you think about Donny getting inducted into the St. Mary's Hall of Fame this upcoming spring here in just a few weeks.
We are so excited. We made sure that complete weekend was clear, because we're going to make sure we're present as we can be. It's a huge testament of just him and his character and what he means to St. Mary's and what he means to us, just being our sports information director, and then just being inducted in the Hall of Fame. It's just really good to see one of the best in our department just get something that he deserves. And so very excited. I can't wait to celebrate with him. And it's hard because I'm sad it's not a year that we can be in person, but we're excited to just celebrate in the way we can.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know I've only been. Oh no, you go.
I just said thank you.
Oh, I was gonna say I know I've only been here for 2 years, but I am in awe with how much you do. Like all the sports, it is nuts. You dedicate a lot of your life to this. So I'm just super grateful we have someone amazing like you on our staff working day in, day out. So
well, and
it's a good, because that's enough talking about me. Let's talk about you. So here's my question, and I know we have to leave, but you both played Division I volleyball, Ole Miss and K-State, correct? Yes. So Jackie, you're healthy, okay? You have a 2-on-2 competition. Who wins, you or Kylee?
Kylee.
And why would that be? And why?
Well, first off, I did not know half of what she knew in college. So she's a much smarter player than me. I'm just a workhorse. She is incredibly smart, and usually the brains win over the physical. So I mean, I have the passion to win, and of course I want to, but man, I'm also realistic of like, tip my hat to her. Definitely
Kylee?
Would be put to shame.
Are you in agreement?
If we're playing court, I think I would. If we're playing beach volleyball, Jackie, and it's not even close. So just depends, but yeah, it's fun to have 2 competitive coaches on staff.
Jackie, I know that you still play, right? You still are competitive. You still play. Kylee, do you still play?
Yeah, I have to hop into practice a lot on scout team to emulate other players, and I play in leagues all the time. We're both obsessed with volleyball. We can't get away from it. A lot of coaches like to go home and relax. We're like, all right, let's go home. What league's there tonight? So
I think, Kylee, didn't your team just win the Winona League? I think I saw something on Twitter or Instagram or something. Yeah.
Yeah. That was fun.
What's funny though is I was on that team, but I had to stop because I got injured. So if that doesn't tell you how old
the age is creeping up.
And so I don't take any credit for that championship. I was just a cheerleader.
And I can see the other team say, who brought in this D1 ringer?
Yeah.
But I will say in the park and rec leagues, basketball, volleyball, the different things, there's usually some pretty good teams. There's some good talent out there.
Mhm.
Yeah, we had to play against Rachel and Linnea a few times. They were on a team, so that was
Okay.
fun to play against our players.
I bet. So, all right, Donnie, anything else before we head out?
That's it. They answered.
All
my
right. Jackie Kiecker, Kylee Zumach, thanks for joining us and talking volleyball finally here on the Cardinals Nest. And
Thanks,
thanks to
guys.
you
Thank
for
you.
watching. Yep.